Alright, let's get started.
I changed my mind. I don't want to be a screenwriter anymore. I'm not cut out for this. I think I'll go back to writing pulp fiction.
Sit.
But
Look. They signed us for 13 episodes, and we have only written 8. Now, sit.
all right. But I haven't had a good idea for 3 weeks.
That's why we make such a good team. When you have a dry spell, I get in the groove. You've just got to relax and enjoy it. You'll get back into the groove.
All right. You got any ideas?
You're really going to like this episode. It's about this person who creates a sentient android, and...
Wait a minute. A sentient android? Are you ripping this off from Star Trek?
No, this is really different.
All right, let's hear the outline.
Okay, so this person creates androids that are not only sentient, but they have a free will.
Free will.
Yes, and he invents a way to have them reproduce.
Oh, I like this already. Go on.
He puts these androids on an isolated planet and gives them an operations manual which spells out in great detail their purpose for living and what to do to achieve success on their new planet.
Good. Now we're ready to set up the conflict.
The conflict is kind of obvious. The creator has given his androids a free will. So, of course, they choose to ignore virtually everything in the operations manual. And they run amok.
How about this? Since they can reproduce, some of the androids develop characteristics which allow them to dominate the rest of the androids.
Good. Write that down.
And the dominant androids are the ones who stray the farthest from their purpose for being.
Yes. So, now the creator has to decide whether to wipe out the entire android population, or try to save some of them who are worth saving.
How about a plague virus that attacks only the dominant androids?
I don't think so. First of all, this creator is a benevolent person. He doesn't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And second, there might be some dominant androids who still have some loyalty to the creator.
Where are you going with this?
I was thinking that the creator himself could go down to their planet, occupy the body of an android, and remind the androids of their purpose.
Perfect setup for conflict. Then, the dominant androids try to knock him off.
Bingo. But first, the creator has to prove that he's not just another android.
He tells the androids things that only the creator could know, and does things that only the creator could do.
This is better than Pulp Fiction, isn't it?
I'm sorry. You know how I get when I'm in a dry spell. Go on.
Okay, so the creator does some things to prove that he's the creator and gives the androids a chance to choose loyalty or disloyalty.
Then, wham. He lowers the boom on the bad guys.
No. Remember, the creator is a compassionate person. His purpose on this visit is to save them, not to judge them. But he does want to leave the androids with a memorable event that will prove that he is really the creator.
I still like the gene-specific virus.
I was thinking that the creator would be more consistent with his own nature if he himself died for his loyal followers.
Wow. How dramatic. Oh, wait. If he dies, and they stay alive.
Right? So, he not only dies, but he raises from the dead.
Positive proof that he is who he said he is. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, let's go back up here to the death of the creator. What do you think? A big, highly publicized suicide.
No. First of all, a resurrection after a suicide would look fake. We have to have a death that leaves no doubt that he's really dead.
What if he's murdered by the
dominant androids?
Exactly. That way it would look for a while like the dominant androids won the battle and everyone would know that his death was not fake.
That means we need overkill for the murder. How about both shooting and stabbing?
How about something even more gruesome? How about torture, suffocation and stabbing?
Good. And just so that everyone can see the murder. They make it look like a fair trial and public execution.
Good. Very good.
Okay. We've killed him off. Now we set up the resurrection.
I thought we should leave him in the grave long enough for the body to begin decomposing.
Good. Let's say 3 days in the grave. That also sets up hopelessness even among his loyal followers. How about if we increase the hopelessness by sealing up his tomb?
Yes, but why would anyone want to seal up the tomb of a dead android?
What if way back here, while he's still alive, the Creator predicts in advance that he will be murdered and rise from the dead?
Perfect. Write it down. And while we're at it, let's have the dominant androids post armed guards outside the tomb.
They think they are preventing the loyal androids from stealing the body and making it look like a resurrection.
But they are really setting up a more dramatic resurrection.
Okay, so, after being dead for 3 days, the Creator rises dramatically from the tomb.
And, of course, the dominant androids tell everybody that the loyal androids stole the body.
But, of course, nobody believes them. Because they painted themselves into a corner with all their security precautions. Now, the ending.
To demonstrate to all that he raised from the dead, the risen Creator shows himself to hundreds of androids over several days.
Then in one final show of power he levitates off the planet in full view of dozens of people.
Oh, that's good. That's real good. Okay, we're ready to go back to the beginning and start writing dialogue. What's the matter? Why aren't you typing?
This is a real good story. But I'm sure I've heard it before. Are you sure this isn't a rip-off of Star Trek?
In all modesty, this is a really clever plot line. I doubt that even the Star Trek writers could have thought of this one. But, to be on the safe side, let's go check the Star Trek script archives.
I know I've heard this story somewhere before.
Based on a play by Bob Snook. Conditions for use: do not sell any part of the script, even if you rewrite it. Pay no royalties, even if you make money from performances.
You may reproduce and distribute this script freely, but all copies must contain this copyright statement.